This is Tom Colley for Through the Ropes Boxing. Delighted to be joined by newly crowned global WBO champion, Mikey, the Problem Mckinson. Mikey, how's it going, mate?
Very well, mate. Very well. Been enjoying food the last week or two, but yeah, happy, excited for the future.
Definitely. I mean, good stuff. First of all, thank you for coming on. Fresh off the victory over Chris Kongo, probably, I don't know if you'd agree, the best victory of your career so far. I mean, describe how it felt in the initial aftermath after that and this week following on.
Straight after, it was very emotional and it was very animated, like my interviews and all stuff like that. But it meant so much to me, me, my team and my city were the only people that actually believed I could win, really. The bookies had me a big underdog.
Yeah. I
was looking at polls leading up to the fight on Twitter and stuff like that. People that know their boxing didn't back me at all. So for me, I was real confident to get the job done. But when I got the job done, it was really emotional because I've proved people wrong on a massive scale, So I was buzzing, and the love and support that I've received from my city, because I'm flying the flag for Portsmouth at the moment, and has been amazing as well. So it's just kept me real motivated. I haven't had no time out of the gym, but I had 6 days out of the gym. Then I was back in the gym, back running as well. So I'm just excited to see what's next now.
Definitely, and it's certainly probably propelled yourself onto for much larger opportunities. So you haven't really taken much of a break. You've been straight back in the gym training, ready and eager for the next fight.
Yeah, well, do you know, my younger brother, Lucas Bellew, he's a lightweight prospect, and me and him live together. So as I finished my camp, he started his. He's fighting for the English lightweight title in 7 weeks, or I think 6.5 weeks. So it's been pretty ideal for me because I'm the type of guy. Last summer, when the first lockdown, I put on loads of weight.
Right.
I put on loads of weight, and I didn't keep on top of things. When people saying you need to run, I wasn't doing it. And when I was in camp for the Martin Harkin fight, I came down from very, very heavy. So after the Harkin fight, I've learned about myself. I just need to always be training.
Yeah.
And Lucas being in camp for the English lightweight title was great motivation for me. Last night, he was I went for a run with him, helped him on his run, and we did a pretty good. And it was the last night's run, because normally we do a 7 miler or a 6.5 miler. I actually got the fastest time I did in my whole last camp, and it's the first time I've done it in 2 weeks. Yeah. So the hard work starts now. I'm finally on a platform where I want to be, where it's all these big fights. The hard work starts now.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you talk about fighting on the larger platform. I know it's something you've been calling for a long time, and certainly deserved. And the opportunity finally came your way. Chris Kongo, obviously a big name. Like you said, a lot of people were writing you off. It was the matchroom show undercard of the White Fratton fight out in Gibraltar. I mean, what added pressures did that bring, and also probably added pleasures as well, going into that fight?
It's been a long time coming to get on a stage like that. I've always said I believe I was born to have my name in lights and be on the big shows. So the pressure, there wasn't really any. I shine under pressure.
Yeah.
I proved that time and time again. But I think most of the pressure was on Chris, because we decided we weren't going to do any promos, not that media in the lead up, just focusing on ourselves.
Okay.
Chris had promos out every couple of days. He had media people around in the whole training camp.
Yeah.
The bookies had him as favourite. Everybody was watching Chris Kongo, not me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I went with thinking there was not really a lot of pressure on me being the underdog.
Yeah.
But I did believe I was destined to be a star and have and be on these big shows. So yeah, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. I always knew I could beat Chris Kongo. I've got a lot of self-belief, and I really do believe in my team and my ability. So yeah, it was just getting the job done, really.
Yeah.
It was an amazing event to be a part of, waiting this long for my shot on a big opportunity, and then my first shot on a big stage is a pay-per-view card, Dillian White undercard, out in Gibraltar, staying on a 5-star yacht hotel, cameras in my face the whole week.
Yeah.
Brilliant, mate. And I was thinking, like, because I kept myself to myself most of the week. Like, there's loads of stars there, loads of like famous people, and we was treated like kings. But I spent a lot of time in my room, and people were saying, "Why don't you get in picture? Why don't you get?" I was there to change my life, and I wasn't there to make friends. I wasn't there to socialise. I was there to change my life. I had a job to do after the fight. Socialised a little bit for the last day we was there, but yeah, like I got my opportunity, but I always knew without a win, that opportunity means nothing because my life won't change. So I had a job to do, and now I've done the job. Everyone's talking about me. Yeah. Eddie does say winner stays on.
You put all the other welterweights, I think, around you on edge. You know, sort of coming for them. And like you say, a lot of people did write you off before the Kongo fight. I mean, you look, he had the physical advantage over you, taller, longer reach, but you were able to control the fight for large portions and you know, come through in convincing style. I mean, is that something, like you say, you were always confident you could do? You knew you had that ability to do that.
Yeah, I think in the build-up, he didn't. What he was saying and stuff like that. Like, so I've heard is, I've got no power. He's going to walk straight through me. He's strong. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
He didn't respect my power. First round, I dropped him.
Yeah.
And then every single time we was in any of the exchanges, he was coming off worse. Right. Like I didn't feel vulnerable to any shots that he caught me with at all the whole night. I felt so comfortable. So firstly, I proved people that, like, I'm a dangerous fighter, and I don't underestimate my power, my strengths. Yeah. And also, Chris Kongo's 5 inches taller than me. He's got a heck of a longer arms than I have. He's got a top amateur pedigree. He's with a great team. Like, every advantage was his way, but he still got outboxed by the shorter man. So
yeah, I watched the fight live. It was a very impressive performance, and like you say, he had all those advantages. I know of yourself. It hasn't been that easy. You came up the hard way. I think in your first 10 fights, you didn't even take a purse. Am I right?
Yeah, no. Do you know what? It's because I couldn't sell tickets. I turned pro young, but 19, 20.
Yeah.
My first fall was in Belfast. Obviously, being a Portsmouth boy, I was new to Belfast at the time. Yeah. So I was just getting on shows like I'd get a sponsor to just cover my ticket cost to be able to fight. And then the ones over in Portsmouth, like, there was big ticket sellers in Portsmouth already. Yeah. And I was just a young lad that was like fresh on the scene. So like nobody really wanted to get the tickets off a cocky teenager.
Yeah.
So I built my record up to 10-0, and I couldn't sell enough tickets to do 6-rounders, even though I was ready to do 6-rounders. Yeah. So I was getting to a point where I was so frustrated, like, what's next? I'm 10-0. Said to my dad, he said, stay in the gym. And the day after I had my 10th pro fight, my daughter was born.
Yeah.
Right. And this was just before Christmas. And I stayed in the gym all over Christmas because I had nothing else to do, like, except be a new dad and train. A couple of weeks later, I got the call for my first title fight. And like, I was like, great, I finally got an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, I'm the B side, but like, I need to take this opportunity because I don't want to be stuck here fighting journeyman and fighting 4-6 rounders my whole life. Took my first opportunity, and then the rest is history. Yeah. You know, went to Swindon, beat a boy as a B fight. I was on the B side. Been on the B side many times, and I've had to prove people wrong a lot of times in boxing. But everything that I've done, every gamble I've taken, every risk I've took is paid off.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say you took this opportunity with both hands. Obviously, with that victory, you've propelled yourself right in the mix, up the rankings, up there with names like Conor Benn, Josh Kelly. These are just some fighters around you in your weight division. Are they fighters that you're looking at as potential opponents, and how would you see a fight with them going?
The only 3 names in Britain that I wanted was the Kellys, the Conor Benns, and the Chris Kongos. I think they're the 3 challenges.
Yeah.
And like, they're on the big platforms and they're the biggest fights, you know. I managed to get one of them guys and beat one of them guys, and the other 2 are kind of on like their own sort of paths, and it might be a little bit hard to get.
Right.
But I think beating Chris Kongo does put me at the top of the tree. Yeah. There's like the 3. There's me, Conor Benn, and Josh Kelly. Like, take Brook out of it and like but me, Conor Benn, and Josh Kelly. Like, the rest are great fighters, but for me and my career and as a business, it doesn't really suit me at this moment in time. Like, I'm on the rise. So, but as a boxing fan, what a time it is to be a great welterweight.
It certainly is. Especially in Britain as well. The welterweight scene in Britain's thriving, I think, as well as the world.
Yeah, that's true. Like, look, domestically, it's thriving. And, like, a lot of people, all they talk about is the Bens, Kellys, Marcus and Congos and, like, and now me.
Yeah.
But, like, there's great fighters that would probably stand a good chance against beating these guys, you know. But Lewis Crocker, great fighter, great prospect. The English champion, Samuel Antwi, Lewis Taylor, Chris Jenkins, the British champion that gets overlooked.
Yeah.
You know, Echo Asuman. Like, it's a great time to be a welterweight as a fan.
Yes.
So even if I'm on my own path and whatever's next for me, I don't know yet, but I want it to be bigger.
Yeah.
But as a fan, oh my God, what a great time to be a welterweight.
Yeah.
And if the fights come and if the money suits it, I will fight them. But right now, I'm on to bigger and better. Yeah.
So in an ideal world, Mikey, who would you be looking to target next? Who's sort of on your radar?
Next month's rankings, I'll be moving to the top 5 of the WBO. So that's a possibility. But, you know, like, I need to have a little chat with my management team, Lee and stuff, because like, I don't know what's next, but I reckon what's next can be big. And they've said, like, let's wait a couple of weeks and stuff, and then we'll chat. Yeah. Obviously, I've just made a big name for myself on the bigger stage in boxing. So what's next is probably very exciting. But I'm just like a little bit like, what is next? I'm like excited to find out what's next, but I don't know the answers yet. But I've been promised what's next is going to be big for me and my future. So yeah, I'm excited.
Good. I think a lot of people in the boxing world will be looking forward to finding out that announcement as well, myself included. I'm looking forward to seeing you fight again. Like I say, I saw that Kongo fight live and I thought it was a very impressive performance. Another fight that's going on in your weight division, or looks like it might be happening finally, is the Amir Khan-Kell-Brook fight that you mentioned earlier. If that fight does get made maybe 5 years too late, how do you see that fight going? And would the winner of that be potentially someone you might target down the line?
I think both of them will retire straight after, to be honest, mate. You know, like, it's the last biggest fight. Like, I don't know if they've got ambitions to try and fight for another world title. I'm not sure if they'll be able to win a world title now, you know. So I personally think it's going to be, if it happens, the last fight for both of them, personally. And if that's the case, I don't really want it to be at 147 because I want them to move out the rankings and like make way for the new breed. But even now, like, it's a long time too late. But even now, the public will be very, very invested in the fight. I'll buy the fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do I see it? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I would probably go a Kell-Brook knockout. Amir Khan's got world-class hand speed. They're both over the hill, and I just think maybe Kell-Brook will land a big shot and put him out, but I may be wrong. But as a fan, I'm a big boxing fan. Although I'm a boxer, I'm a massive boxing fan. So yeah, I would still buy it. It's still a great fight for the British public. They'll earn a lot of money from it still, so it makes sense. It does. But I personally think it'll be the last fight from both if it happens. Yeah, they don't need a box. They don't need a box.
No. I think you're probably right on that one, and it would be a good way to go out for both of them. And that fight's, you know, everyone's been wanting to see it for years, and I think it does still sell.
What's that, go on?
Sorry, carry on.
No, if it does happen, like, and they do fight, like they want to fight afterwards, I'll fight the winner, no problem. No, they're obviously big stars, and they're only interested in big money fights. So that's why I'd rather they just both retired afterwards, because like people like us won't be able to get that fight.
Yeah.
You know?
So for yourself, Mikey, you know, obviously you're looking at your next fight's going to be big. following on from that, I mean, where do your aspirations go? Are you looking for world titles? Do you think in the next maybe over the next 2-3 years?
If I had it my way, chuck me in with anyone in the world right now. But MTK are great at what they do, and they're great at guiding me the right way, and great advising me as well. So I've got full trust and faith in MTK. We're finally where we want to be in boxing. So whatever happens next and whatever way they choose to guide me next, I'm happy with. I've got a lot of ambition. I've got a lot of self-belief. And like, let's face it, I'm the new kid on the block now. Like, people are talking about me at last. So everyone knows I will fight anyone. All of these big fights, like if you look at it, in the top 10 domestically, like everyone talks about fighting each other. Everyone wants to fight each other. The only two in the top 10 that have fought each other is me and Chris Kongo. Yeah. So until they fight each other, they're talkers. You know, me and Chris have proven that we're the realist. Really. Yeah. Like when we say something, we make it come true. And like when I say something, I make it come true, and I've proven that. So. I don't know what's next, and I can't say, oh, maybe this date, or maybe it'll be somebody like this. Like, I don't know. Maybe if you interview me in a few weeks or next month, I'll have more of a clearer vision. But my goals in boxing, I want to maybe travel the world, like fight in different countries, like fight in the States. I'd love to fight out in like Middle East, things like that. My main goal is to fight on Fratton Park, and if I can fulfill that, like I'm a big Portsmouth fan, and if I can fulfill that dream of fighting there and headlining the show on Fratton Park, like that is my biggest goal in boxing, and my city really will get behind me, you know. But I'm only 26, like I'm only 20. I've got a lot of time on my hands. Like I've been a pro 6 years, but like I wanted to make these moves now because I didn't want to wait till I was 30. Like some people wait till they're 30 and it's a bit too late. Yeah. And that's why I was getting frustrated. Like, I want these big fights now. And now I've proven myself on top tier in the UK. Let me carry on pushing and let me take over the world. Yeah.
I mean, every hurdle you faced so far, you've overcome. Now 20-0 as a professional. You've got great management behind you, and I have every faith that you're going to reach those heights that you plan to do. Just finally, Mikey, do you have a message for the fans and any potential opponents that are coming your way this year?
Well, they don't call me the problem for no reason. I've just proven that. So if they actually do want to fight me, my phone's always on. You know, my phone's always on. Just make the money right. If not, it don't make sense to me. Like, it don't make sense to me. I'm on the rise for me and my career, you know. So, I'll fight anyone. And like to my city, like there's big nights coming back to Portsmouth. Trust me. Like I aim to bring big nights back to my city. I know they travel with me. Like if there were no travel restrictions for the Gibraltar fight the other week, I would have probably sold that place out on my own, even in Gibraltar. Yeah. So like the future's exciting for me and my support. So I'm excited.
We've seen it before. Tony Bellew at Goodison Park, that his dream came true, won the world title at Goodison. So certainly something that can be done, and I'd love to see it happen for you.
Did he make that dream come true in Creed? Before he fought at Goodison Park in Creed, didn't he? Number 1.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe that's to come for you as well. We might see you in Hollywood as well.
Movie, any acting gigs out there? Get in touch with my team. Yeah. Maybe I can be an actor after this.
Oh yeah. Well, look, Mikey, thank you very much for speaking to Through the Ropes Boxing. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. Once again, congratulations on your recent victory, and look forward to seeing what's to come. Hopefully, maybe we can do this again a bit further down the line.
Yeah, mate, just give me a message and that, and I'll give you time, no worries.
Great stuff. Thanks for your time, Mikey. All the best.
See you later.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.